GG, we're just a couple gamers. It's your boy Grim, and of course, we have another episode of Grand Gangster War. This is going to be a great episode, guys, because we're going to continue the roadmap for the updates. I have a great host of on my panel here. We have Jack in the back. Say what's up, Jack, if you want to.
What's up? What's up?
And then, of course, we have Hollow. Say what's up, Hollow.
What it do? What it do?
I don't know. I don't think we have Weepy. No, we don't have Weepy, but we do have Fear. Say what's up, No Fear.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
This is gonna be a good episode, guys. I do think that you know, given that we have been dealing with a lot of bugs lately, we have been dealing with uh just a lot in general, to be honest with you. There's a lot of unsavory characters in the all chat of Vice Nation, right? We all know that. We were all dealing with that. We're also dealing with bugs, but then also we have a lot of the stuff on the horizon that we've been kind of looking forward to. And for players like us in server one, we don't just need these updates. We deserve these updates. And we do have some really good updates to look forward to. The question we have to ask ourselves is, are they gonna be everything that we have been hoping that they're gonna be? Right. But before we get into anything else, uh, whoever wants to take it, off the top for a second and maybe talk about some things that you guys have noticed, some stuff that's been going on, any rumors. I know Hollow likes to talk to a lot of players. Last time he had some good news for us. Anything for anybody while I get this
Like
link out there?
on the ground journalist. Hello.
What happened?
You're the on the ground journalist.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
our yeah, that's Hollow, our on the ground journalist. Yep.
Ain't really nobody been saying anything else about anything new. And seeing as how we in server 14 now, I think we seeing everything as far as what's coming down the pipeline. As far as what I saw, I haven't heard anything about anything new that we already don't know about.
Okay. Okay.
I would like to add, and also because of these the trolls,
Yeah, the trolls.
messing up the chat. I don't think anybody wants to talk anymore.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's really sad. I'll be honest because these players they're not even players. They're just trolls. Like if you
They just
look,
don't
their power is not growing or anything.
Right, right. I've been blocking them as I see them. As soon as I see somebody say some nonsense, I block them ASAP.
Yep.
So I can handle trolls, but I hate racism. They talk about all the racial stuff. I can't take it. That.
Yeah, same. So yeah, we have been dealing with some super trolls, people that are just trolling more than usual, right? And so again, for the older servers, we've been waiting on this day to come where we knew that there was going to be another set of updates. So we're going to continue what we were talking about the other day about these updates, and I'm going to get the opinions of my brethren here on these. What are they actually going to look like? What we're going to give our own interpretation as to what the details on these events actually are, because a lot of times it sounds really good and then you get like the bare minimum in an update, but these sound outrageous. All right, so yesterday we talked about the main character talents and the total invasion. Both of them look amazing. Now tonight we're going to be talking about the cross server migration and the luxury mansion DIY. All right. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll be talking about the pets and the 3D new beauty. All right. So, first up, I want to skip cross server migration because that's the better one. Let's talk first about the luxury mansion DIY. All right. So, it says expand an area in the inner city to build your mansion. Expand an area in the inner city.
In the city.
All right, so that sounds to me like you're gonna expand your boss office, is what that sounds like. To build your
Hmm.
man. Wait, no, to build your mansion.
I think they're gonna give us a plot of land in the city. Mm.
Dope. So we're gonna have a separate mansion. So we're gonna have a mansion that's separate from our boss office. All right, it's gonna include a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and multiple beauty rooms. You can place
Yeah.
different decorations in each room to embellish your rooms, improving comfort and numerous attributes. Decorate the mansion according to your preference. Okay, this sounds dope. Not gonna lie. Um, so it says that, of course, obviously the two most important things here, is going to be multiple beauty rooms, and then you get numerous attributes. So it sounds to me like the more furniture you put in your house, the more attributes you'll have,
Right.
because they want you to decorate it, which means you're probably going to have to buy packs,
Right. Always.
right? To get the decorations, to get
Def-
um
Most definitely.
attributes.
Yeah, they
Okay.
gonna make you spend that money for sure.
Sure.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you guys think that um it's going to be more than just a money pit, or do you think it's going to actually be giving us something that is worth it? Like, is it worth the what they put, the time and effort that they put into the update? Is it going to be good for free to play players too, or is this just going to be something for the spenders? Yeah.
I think it might be like the trains, because you got to spend money on the train.
Wait, yeah.
So I think it's probably gonna be something similar to the trains.
Hmm. That would be a bummer.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be a bummer. Um,
It might be similar to the trains.
I can't
I,
see.
Let's
I
be
thought we
honest,
was all
right?
getting trains. Yeah, I thought we was all gonna get trains. We all got train stations. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that it. I didn't know that you had to pay for the trains.
Yeah, you gotta pay for them.
The points, right? No, yeah. You get one free one. Only one alliance one.
That's
Yep.
crazy. Well, that's a whole new issue. I didn't know that. That's a whole new issue. We'll we'll get to that. But so you guys are thinking that this is definitely just going to be another way, for spenders to have an edge, and the free to plays are you don't think it's going to be good for free to play?
I mean, it could be. They'll probably give you the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
Basic.
Yeah, the game is favoring the spenders. Period. Is favoring the spenders, and like they've even changed. I noticed today that they've changed that enforcer battle pass. At least in 14, I haven't looked at it in one, but you got to spend that $20 to get them enforcers that battle pass, and it was different when we first started playing.
That yeah,
So
they took everything away.
yeah, I think that they noticed that we were disgruntled with how things were going as far as what they was charging us for stuff, and so and they saw. I'm pretty sure that they noticed that a lot of us, especially people who I mean, I spend, but I don't spend as much as a lot of others. There's others who spending big money, and I think that they saw that we were disgruntled, so they introducing all of these new features to make us spend again, where we weren't spending as much anymore.
That's ironic. Coming from a guy who has VIP. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I completely agree with you. I mean, for us in server one, I feel like it's almost like the '90s. Like the '90s were amazing, and then they disappeared. Like that's what
Right.
server one was for the first month.
Uh-huh.
Was like the '90s, bro. Like we had it going on. We had so many benefits, and we didn't even know it.
So
Like
true. Right. So
we,
true.
we never knew how good we had it. And unfortunately, some of these players will never. But again, I think we talked about this a long time ago. I said, would we rather have never had it that good, and then have it,
Nah.
or have it that good and then take it away from us? Because I'll be honest, I'm a little bit on both sides of the fence. I'm glad I got to experience it, but
Better to have loved and lost than
yeah,
never to have loved and
exactly.
lost.
Is what?
I
Hold on now.
I mean, just that, dude. That's only one thing. What about again those the mini games, the racing,
I know, how
the
did you
the
take
the the Grand Theft Auto shootout stuff,
that?
like those events, unbelievable. And so again, they took all those things out. So it's like, dude, we got to really witness I think the game at its greatness. Like, dude, we experienced that, man. Like, they can't take that away from us. You can't take it away from us. I recorded it, you sons of bitches.
Oh, I think they were using them
Right.
as a way to
You
pull
saw it.
different
Right.
types of
I
players.
we documented that stuff, guys. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Um, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. But me personally, uh, if I got to choose how I wanted them to do it, if they came to me and said, Grim, we want to do this luxury mansion DIY. How would you do it so that way it benefits everybody? Um, I would do it like this: make trophies out of the luxury mansion items, and don't put them in a freaking battle pass. Put them up there as trophies where every week one of like I don't know how you would do it. Like maybe do it so that there's a voting process, and let people let like don't actually give them the items, but give them like like copies of them to design the mansions however they want, and then it's a voting process where people can submit their because you like people can submit their or make it so that like instead of just showing up on the rankings of like people like okay so people everybody submits their
Let me say what I think.
no
Really
no no
quick.
no, what do you call it
What do
like
you
their
mean?
their design like their
Yeah.
like the inside of their house, right? Everybody
Like a
designs their
blueprint.
mansion, right? And then you can submit it, and then people can view it, and then same way you can do likes or hearts on stuff,
Yeah.
people can vote. And then the person that gets the most hearts, you can everybody can only vote once. The person that gets the most hearts, that's how they do the rankings, where people actually have to look at your designs and see like do they like it like that.
I think people should get you should get points or like rewards for voting and participating and being social, and then also people who get the most votes, they get like a sum of rewards,
That's what
like
I'm
an
saying.
event.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying. But for your mansion,
I also think though with the mansion, they could make daily tasks associated with the mansion and building for people who don't or run out of time and space run out of events to do. Like you know how I'm always bored because I do all the events every single day,
mm-hmm.
all the daily tasks, they're all gone. And then when you level up your mansion, like say your wallpaper is like level 1, it should come with stats. And then it'll basically be bonus stats, or if you get certain achievements, like in PUBG, if you get 20 kills, you get a certain achievement award, and then that holds a certain amount of stats that you can then place on an enforcer or on a car,
I like that.
because you could have a garage.
That's kind of like what I was gonna say. Like, so my first part obviously being that everybody has their own mansion. Obviously, when you start, you don't actually get all of the items, but they make it look like a shadow of it or something like that. I don't know, like just it's there, but you don't actually get it. It's not obtainable yet. You can move it around your mansion, but it's not actually there. It looks like a ghost of the item, I guess I would say. And you can design your mansion like that, however, but you have to compete for these things. Don't make it so the players have to freaking buy them all. Like, give us a bunch of items that we can buy for our mansion, and
That's why I said daily tasks.
let us, but not even buy it. Like, give us like event points to spend on these items. Like, can we please just have a currency that's for your mansion, and
like dirty money and clean money,
and we can get this currency, this mansion currency, through doing events. If we can all compete, that would be great. And then like, if especially if each one of these items for your mansion, um, has different attributes, then we can all go for ones that we actually want. We can save up for stuff that's different because all of us have weaknesses that are different. Everybody has a certain stat that's lower than the rest of them, and we all have weaknesses. So if you give us multiple ways to get these exotic furnitures for our mansion, and they all have stats, that would be great again. And then also to be able to see how people have decorated their mansions, and then every week let people vote, whose mansion is better. And then they get, likes, like I said, or hearts or whatever, and then they also get rewards for that. Because what the hell are we,
it would be really cool is if like in the kitchen you could like get bonus points like burgers, and then like for like the dining room or like the bar room you would get like beers, like little extra bonuses rather than just
collect your resources
relying.
there too. Yeah,
Yeah, like an
that would be dope.
extra sum, and
Yeah,
you
go
get
to the vault, get an expensive vault, and in that vault you have diamonds.
no.
Hold on. We got Nate here. Nate says, "Grim, hey, have you noticed? Oh, first of all, shout out to Nate. Have you noticed when you go to Google Play Games, it shows that they have a beta trial download on this game? And as hold
Yeah,
on,
it's been like that.
I have seen that. Yeah.
It's been like that.
Um, hold on a second. Um, and as I told Cord, Cord channel, there's a Nate copying me on server 13. That's a whoa. And I got my server 8 name back for now. I'm keeping server 1 unless someone can remove it. You're basically saying you can design it like a sim house. Yeah. And then he says, "Hey, Lethal." He says,
Ew.
"This game server won't be able to handle a lot of things. They'll limit it to certain things." Yeah, so Nate's basically saying it's not going to be everything that we want it to be. Basically, he's saying that the server won't be able to handle it. Do you guys have any thoughts on the luxury mansion DIY?
I'm just hoping it's worth it. I'm hoping it really ups the ante for real.
Would be nice.
Because I'm pretty sure that they gonna make us. It's gonna be another money grab. I promise. I'm 100% sure without even having seen it roll out yet.
100%.
So I'm hoping that we able to make it happen. At least, especially for the free to play players, because that's the free to play for real is what keep the server alive.
Yeah.
The spenders, you know what I mean? Like we kill servers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, the free to play is who keep the servers alive. So I'm hoping it's fair for them. It is what I'm hoping.
Agreed.
I think it's gonna be a lot of money stuff, but I think they're gonna find a way to make it like semi-attainable. I just don't know how they're gonna go about it. But I think if they were smart, I feel like if I say this, they're just gonna do it, and it's gonna make me mad. If they were smart, they would take the mansion and the pet situation, and they would apply like themes. So like I actually told like PUBG and Call of Duty this. Like I emailed them as well as one of my old games. You're gonna get people with themes. Everybody loves like the holidays. You're gonna like Halloween, like fall time. If you could put a Christmas tree in your house, who's not gonna be like, oh, I want to buy that? If you could make it snow or have snowmen or put an outfit on your dog, who's not gonna want to do that? Especially the female players. Like that's where you're gonna get people. And like if you
Santa
have
Claus
3D
on the roof.
beauties,
What?
Wanna put Santa Claus on the roof?
They put a Santa Claus on the roof.
right? And if they're coming out with 3D beauties, if you were able to like have stats on their clothing and you had like holiday like clothing, like who's not gonna want to buy that?
Yep.
Everybody likes customization. That's where you're gonna get people.
Well, let's hope Lethal
Right.
doesn't. Let's hope for our sakes that Lethal's not right and they don't go for any of that. But the cross server migration, guys, this is the one that I've been waiting to talk about. Um, mm,
They're gonna lose free to play if they don't do something for
cross.
free to play though.
You know, you're right.
It has to be like 50-50 or less. People are gonna uninstall the game if they don't.
So for cross server migration, the boss is allowed to retain their own level and move the base to other servers to start new development. Immigration requires specific conditions. All right, so let's go ahead and dissect the first part. The boss is allowed to retain their level. All right, so you keep everything the way it is and move the base to other servers to start new development. That sounds to me like you straight up like you now live in that server.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what it is. That's
Wow.
exactly what it is. On Puzzles and Survival, it was that way. You could take your main base and you could move it to a different server, but you had to meet certain requirements. A server had to be so old, like you couldn't like how they just opened up 14. Like we couldn't take our stuff to 14 because it would be, you know what I mean, like totally freaking insane if I could take a 15 million power base to 14 and the highest player there is 1 million.
Right.
But so they limited us to where we could go, but you could move it to other servers. The only thing is that you lose all your alliance stuff, like all the alliance science, all the research, everything we've done, all the stuff we've built. We had to start it from scratch.
Huh.
That's how it was on Puzzles and Survival, but you could move to a different server. It costed, man, it had like they had a particular type of teleport that you had to pay for. But yeah, you could move to a different server and start over there. But you had to start over. Like I said, it was from scratch. All your alliance science and all the buffs and stuff was gone. You had to begin
Wow.
again. You kept your power and your level, but the alliance itself, like say we was to say, okay, we all going to server 6. So we all moved to server 6. We would have to start our alliance research over again.
That
And
that's
If it's
crazy.
similar to what I've seen, then it'll probably be something like that.
the same thing with Guns of Glory.
Yeah, yeah, he said the same thing with Guns and Glory. Yeah, there is definitely
But
it's the same in a lot of ways, but also different in a lot of ways for every game. Um,
you know what?
Lethal Jack says Lethal is giving the devs ideas on how to make more money. Sheesh. And then he says, "I want to see the beauty rooms with the 3D beauties. Like, what we gonna see?"
That's so
You're
fun.
funny, Jack.
Well, that's why I said events.
Uh,
Like we need more like things to keep us busy so people don't get bored. We need more things and more dynamic in order to get more rewards that we're earning, not just a bunch of free packs and free chests and like expecting us to spend money. I feel like if they're smart, they will do it the right way. And there is 100% going to be some form of spending, but I do think that if they're smart about it, they will lean more towards free to play because if they do too much on spending, they're gonna piss people off. They're gonna just be like, "You guys are money hungry. We don't need to play this anymore," or "I'm purposely gonna just not spend." Like it's gonna hurt
Right.
them. It's gonna hurt them because they're gonna look greedy.
well, there's only one way to find out. We will be finding out here in the next couple weeks. Um, so let's see here. The boss is allowed to retain their level. All right, so you're keeping everything and move the base to the other servers to start new development. Immigration requires specific conditions, which will be explained once the immigration officially starts. Now, immediately, I want to say in most games, you could migrate if you if your boss office or mansion, whatever you want to call it, didn't go past a certain level. So, for instance, say I joined the server on the last like it just opened, right? Like let's say I joined a server, it just opened like 3 days before, but let's say that game was opening new servers every 4 days. So I joined on day 3.5, and then server 4 came out or whatever. I could, because my mansion wasn't level 9 yet, I could then move to the next mansion, the next server over, because technically my mansion didn't exceed a certain level,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying. So like there was certain conditions in which you could move your mansion. Now, there's another game I played where they have server migration tickets, and you get, like, let's say you bought a $5 pack, you would get one server migration ticket. You bought a $20 pack, you might get five. You bought a $50 pack, you might get 10. You bought a $100 pack, you might get 20. However, you need like 1,000 migration tickets in order to migrate, and you have to still be below a certain power level or a certain mansion level. Like there's certain things. So when it says immigration requires specific conditions, I'm thinking it might be something like that. We got Nate in here typing us out some stuff. He says, I hope that you can earn things for your home like guards and troops or bikers and snipers. That would be dope, Nate. I'll give you that. Um,
Storage.
that
I want a game room.
would be dope. Yeah, game room. Nate says that you're gonna retain your own stuff, but your alliance stuff will start over, like strongholds and hotels and stuff. Then he
Yep.
says warpath's the same way. You keep your stuff, your enforcers, your power, your gear and troops, but your strongholds and hotels and stuff will have to be redone basically. He said if I could join voice chat, I would, but it's basically like you're saying entry permit, aka passport. Yeah, you're buying passport certificates basically in order to
Right.
do it. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I
Right.
agree. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, for sure. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but in the game, Glory and Guns, we had a kill event where we can go to server 2 and they can go to server 1, but we had to have a defense. Like we couldn't send anybody because if we send everybody over there, they come over under ours and raid us. So we'll split. Okay, you 20 are gonna go attack, and us 20 are gonna defend. So when they're coming at us, we're defending. We're I mean, putting troops in all our boss bases and getting them, and getting them, and getting them. And while you guys are fighting over there, like we had an offense and defense, but we couldn't migrate. But we had to be a lower castle to migrate. They wouldn't let the higher castles migrate. But
Yeah.
on Kill Event, we went to server 2, and server 2 went to server 1. So we had like 20 on defense and 20 go attack. Because if we went 40, they could come up and raid us. But then we get more loot. This you don't get no loot here when you kill somebody. You take
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
that's
yeah.
true. Um.
And then the other games we had like carriages. So you know how you build man. We just build carriages, but they're easy to die and kill. But if we can get in there, the carriages will wipe almost whatever you're not in your vault, whatever is out of your vault, we can snatch it. But if they come and get it, kill it with one hit. But you know what I mean? So we can't get it. But usually we just go in and get it.
Yeah, that's
We don't
my
get.
experiences as well. We would on our the kill events, we was able to go to other servers, but like I said, the passport or the migration ticket, it would only last for like an hour. So like you could go to another server for an hour, you could raise hell, and then and then like after the hour was up, you will automatically port back home.
Yep.
An hour. Well,
Yeah,
migration sounds to me like forever.
yeah, that sounds like forever, exactly. But I'm talking about like as far as the games that I done played. Uh, you could during the kill event, you could go to another server because they would have server the kill. After a while, you know how the kill events for us right now is in server. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So after a while, people got bored with it. So they started allowing us to go. to different servers during the kill event. So they would have server versus server kill events, and they would match us up against whatever server, and we could port over there, and we could stay for an hour at a time. Like you could go multiple times, but you could only stay for an hour at a time.
Yeah, that
But
sounds
you,
like Total Invasion. So that sounds like the other thing that they're doing, the one we talked about the other day. That sounds
right?
like Total Invasion, what you're talking about. Um,
Uh,
Jack says you can migrate if you're from a newer server to an older server in a game I used to play. Yeah, that makes sense because if you're in a new server, then why not let them go to an old server? And then Jack said that's a great idea, Nate. Server versus server is usually a day or two, uh, but we're talking about migration right now. Says Jack. Um, he said if, and then Nate said if you ever played Warpath, your base was moved with all of your items and troops and weapons with a big truck. If you had a clear cloud or like areas, I'll be right back if you're all on. But the next time I'd like to join to join voice chat if I can. We'll definitely talk about that. Um, and we appreciate you supporting us. So again, guys, cross server migration. Uh, let's talk about some things like what if they're very loose with the rules on this? What if they do allow us to go to any server we want? What if that happens? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Like,
Man,
okay.
what Ja Rule said is murder.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. Like, how would they handle the fact that like sometimes people have more than one account in another server? Would their account allow them to have a third account in a server, or like they wouldn't be able to migrate to a server where they already have two, only if they have one or none?
What?
I understand what
Per
you mean.
server, you're
Because
allowed
you're
to
only
have
allowed to
two
have two accounts
accounts.
per server. So say you had two accounts in
Oh,
server 6, and then you tried to migrate your main to server 6
They
as
would be
well.
able
Like,
to.
would they allow that?
got you.
So then, like, is there a way to delete an account,
Somebody asked that today.
or like,
Somebody asked, "Can you delete an
yeah,
account?" Yeah, that. Speaking of which, does anybody out there know where there's a setting in the game where
I
you can
haven't looked.
delete an account? Because I looked and I didn't see it.
You can unbind it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can unbind it, but I don't know about deleting it. But you can unbind it. You go in the settings menu and go to account, and it says you know what I mean. You can unbind it.
Okay, so let's just say for a second that they allow us to buy server migration tickets, or maybe they have them like in the VIP shops and stuff where you can trade stuff for them. But what would be a fair number of migration tickets you would need? Um, I know in some games you, like I said, you needed so many migration tickets to move to a server if you were like a million power. And then for
Right.
like if you were like 10 million, it was like more. If you were 20 million, it was more, and it went up by however million power you were. So it went up by
Right.
millions. Um, Jack is saying these migration tickets are going to cost us a bomb for sure. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Most definitely.
what is a fair system? What is a fair number if they did tickets?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I know that to go for one of us from server 1 to go to one of the newest servers, yeah, it's probably gonna cost a grip. Like, I don't doubt that at all. It's gonna cost a grip because we're gonna go there and dominate. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're gonna go there and dominate. You gotta think, like, if I took Holocaust to server 14 right now, I could wipe the whole server out by myself.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I can wipe it out. So it's gonna cost a grip to have that privilege.
Mm.
So I don't. It's gonna cost a grip.
I'm gonna
If
say
that,
I'm gonna say 1,000 tickets is the most. No matter how big the player is, 1,000 sounds crazy. But let's
but what's the
say
cost of 1,000 tickets?
right, right.
You know what I mean?
So again, you're talking about something that just because they're saying that it'll be available, like a working function in the game, doesn't necessarily mean we can do it as soon as it unlocks, right?
Right.
So this could be something that they're like, again, if it's something that we could like, they'll start offering in every pack, right? $5 pack, $10, whatever, $1 pack, whatever it is, um, in Vcoin. Uh, it, I think it would be acceptable if they did it like that, and then again have other ways for free to play players to start accumulating these. But I think it's something that we probably won't see like right away. I hope that we would, but I also it's like it has to be controlled, right? Like if like imagine because you already see the effects of us all just moved to server 14, and we're in a sense we're kind of taking over a little bit, because
Mhm.
we move as a unit. So could you imagine, like you said, like BMF just able to jump to any server together
Right.
all at the same time would be catastrophic. Like we would
Really.
definitely do some damage. So uh, I don't know. What do you guys think, man? There's what would be acceptable numbers? If they're putting them in packs, how many do you get for each type of pack? So let's say a $5 pack, you would get however many, as opposed to a $20 pack. You know,
Right.
you guys
I
got
would.
any
I would.
ideas?
I would. Well, I would hope, and this is just me brainstorming. Like I would hope that they, for real, I would think that they wouldn't let us move more than maybe 5 servers ahead. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Because that would be the only thing that would make sense. Because there's no way, like there's no possible way that they would allow us to go to a server and just own the server off the rip. We just own it. It's ours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that they're gonna put a limitation on how far you can move. And then I think that they'll maybe even put a time stamp on it, like, okay, if you move, like say they say you can move 5 servers ahead. Now this is just all hypothetical. You can move 5 servers ahead. If you move those 5 servers, you have to wait for a particular amount of time before you can move 5 servers more.
Mm, I see.
Travel. We travel.
I like that. I like that. I think 5 servers is fair.
Yeah.
That's not. We're going to dominate the server. In our other game, we only can go to two, and two can go to three, and three can go to four, and that's how they started. And then
Mm-hmm.
two can go to one, three can go to two. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's how the ladder.
yeah,
That's
that's
how the ladder. It broke us down. It just broke us down levels until it became a money game, and big bank's a little bank, and all the money players are just going to dominate, like always.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna turn into. That's my entire thought process on it. Is that it's still gonna turn into a money grab regardless.
It already is. We call them
Yeah,
card
I mean,
players.
but no. I mean, I'm talking about as far as the migration. Like it's gonna turn into a money grab regardless.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell us we can move, we can take our stuff here, we can take our stuff there, but it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost, especially for the stronger players, the spenders, it's gonna cost. They're not just gonna let us do. I mean, you got to think about it. They just tried to charge us $100 for an enforcer.
yeah,
You
one
know what I
hundred
mean?
percent. Yeah.
They tried to charge $100 for an enforcer. So imagine them saying, "Okay, you can move here, where you'll probably be top five soon as you move there." You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, it did. They tried to charge us $100 for an enforcer. So I can only imagine the migration tickets and how far they gonna let us go. How
Mm.
much that's gonna cost.
Well,
I can
again,
still get it.
again, I hope you guys are not right. I hope you guys are wrong. Let's fingers crossed. You guys are absolutely wrong. But it's you're right though. You're right. They are definitely charging us $100 for new enforcers right now, which is absolute blasphemy. I in my head was like, oh, that's like a 80% markup, and Jack hits me up and he's like, dude, that's like 150% markup. I'm like,
Yeah, for
oh,
sure.
Dios mío.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I don't
To
know.
go from 20 to 100.
Yeah,
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 yeah, to go from 20 to 100. Yeah, that's insane.
it is wild. I really
You,
hope they back off that. I really hope they get their foot off of our throats. Uh, and in a sense, it again, I'm glad we got to see the game in its truest form, but at the same time, I miss it already. I really miss it already. There was a time in which my hopes for this game were like that of any game I've ever played that I really loved. Like this game when it first came out, when we first found this baby, it had the potential for this game was quite possibly unlimited. Um, but with greed comes the loss of loyalty. Um, I was I was unwaveringly loyal to this game until the crazy greed came in, and now I find myself, you know, I don't even want to tell people to support uh, the company, like, because normally I always say, you know, show support, even if it's just a $5 pack. Like if you're free to play and you plan on playing the game for a long time, like buy a $5 pack just to show support. But it's hard for me to say that about this game when you can't, like, it's useless. Like that $5 investment is going to mean nothing if you can't
mhm.
even get the newest enforcers as a free to play player. There is not
Right,
attainable. Like I can't in good in good standing. I can't put my reputation out there and say support a company that is going to gouge the players, where even like moderate spenders are never going to spend that much. There's
right.
not. At least not at one time. Like over a year, maybe over 2 years or something like that. But like there's a difference between trying to support the company, and then of course the company. Yeah, let me just stop. Um, but I feel like we can still do something again though. It's as long as we're on the subject of the $100 enforcers, I think as a community we can make a difference.
Yeah,
Like we can come together and really make a difference. Matter of fact, I think we should start a movement. I think that we have enough influence between all of us here, and of course, all of our friends from BMF, and then of course the friends we've made from other servers along the way that are also a leadership. I mean, to be honest with you, I think we need an all server council anyways to just get the top leaders from all the servers together, and try and make it a thing, kind of like a club or something. Because more people equals more power. Martin Luther King knew that. Brother Malcolm X knew that. There's a lot of people that knew this early on, um, and a lot of those people, they're not alive anymore because of it. Um, and I think that speaks volumes. So we need to use this now, and really bring people together as quickly as possible within the gaming community, because it's like I say this all the time about our government. We only allow them to do all of this stuff to us. Like we're not really being forced. We're allowing this to happen.
right.
Uh, we could easily we outnumber the government, the people in power, like a million to one. You know what I'm saying? As a people, so the only thing that's in our way is ourselves. And I
Yeah,
really think this. I believe this, and I think that we should go ahead and start this. But we needed a server council anyways. So if we use this server council to also um, use our influence and power in the community to make changes and get everybody on board, dude, we can do damage.
Yeah, we
Um,
have to. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Is if everybody come together, solidarity.
yeah, 100%.
Because they ain't nothing without us. Nothing. It's just like NFL teams, NBA teams, baseball teams. What are they without us?
Exactly. Yep.
For real.
I honestly believe this. So Jack says, I know we all have said it to ourselves. I should have spent 5,000 that first day when there's only server one. Just hoard 100,000 coins. What the hell, Jack? You're wild. Wait, hold on a sec. He said it's just logical what Hollow said. No, he said it's a five. It was a 500% markup. That's insane. Um,
It is.
well, again, I do think that we can change that. I do. I think so, and I think that we should go ahead and just get that started. So I think we will. Um, Listen, guys, I want to know what you guys have to say about all of this. I absolutely love hearing from you guys in the comments. I get so many more comments than I thought that I ever would on these videos. People asking legit questions, important questions, and I appreciate that, guys. Come into the comment section and ask whatever you want. Jack says, let's start a Grand Gangster War revolution. Power to the people, and we are going to come together and make some changes, guys. I want to hear from all of you. You guys can add me on Discord, Executioner9153. All right, guys. I really hope to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Make sure you hit that subscribe button though, so you guys get notified absolutely every single time we go live. If you guys have not made it into the official Grand Gangster War Discord community, you guys need to go ahead and do that, because that's where you'll find us. You'll find all my videos. You'll find a lot of us from the panel here. Jack, Fear, Hollow, Weepy, everybody. You'll find all of us. Big shout out to BMF and Server 1. And of course, we are officially inviting all of you to come. I don't care, even if it's a little bit of time you guys have to spend, come to Server 14, because it's getting crazier every day. We're already very close to taking first place, and I'm pretty sure I can secure some last second moves in order to make some mergers happen, so that way we can go ahead and take that first place in server 14, because we are starting a blood money family takeover. We'll be doing multiple servers. A lot of us are playing completely free to play in server 14, so it's no we're not asking you guys to come over and spend a bunch of money. However, if you want to, we're not going to stop you. Lethal is having an absolute ball over there. She really loves this game. And listen, guys, one last time. Um, just kidding. I'm never gonna stop asking you guys to come on here. But I would love for you guys to come on the show. So if there's anybody out there in the community, where we can vet you guys. Add us on Discord. And I would love to just, even if you guys wanted to share your screen, so that way we can see you guys, maybe taking Center City or doing events, taking bridges. I know that each server is different, and each server has a different story. And we would love to hear your guys' story. So let me know if you guys want to come on the show. That would be great. You don't have to come on camera. Just join the call. And what do any of you guys want to say anything to the community before we get out of here?
No.
Good night.
Yeah.
Jack says revolution, and one last thing, and I feel really stupid. I should have brought this up earlier. Huge congratulations to Lethal, by the way. Lethal has officially taken our Discord group and turned it into an official Discord community. Let's go.
BMF Queen.
Yes, sir. We now have a legit community, guys, where we have forums, working forums. where if people don't talk in these certain forums for a certain amount of time, it'll delete itself. But you can keep the forums going by keeping the conversations going. It just looks a lot better. We have basically have a new banner, new logos. We have some great ideas for the community now as well. So if you guys have not joined our official Discord community, it will be in the comment section after the video ends. So we'll make sure you guys have that. Just have multiple ways to access that, even though we already have the link that does not expire in the bio of our YouTube channel. Anyways, guys, if that's all, we really appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the love and support. And until next time, everybody, peace. Man, Lethal about ready to bite my face off, bro.
Why?
Because I forgot to
Because
say
he was about
join
to log
join the
off.
Discord. I forgot to say join our Discord, and I said join their Discord. And Lethal was like about ready to stab me for real. You guys really almost witnessed spousal abuse.
No.
Yep.
Calm it down.
No, for real.
No, for
I
real.
saw it.
No.
I saw the look in her eyes. It was fire.
I was just like, all this hard work, we finally did it. It was such a big deal. Like, I've been